So if you want to start your locks on 2 to 3 inches of hair, then this is the video for you. Welcome or welcome back to my channel. So today we're going to be talking about things you need to know before getting locked, specifically for people starting with short hair. Little backstory, I started my locks on 2 to 3 inches of hair, and now I'm almost 4 years into my lock journey with 2 to 3 trims. So that gives you an idea of how long I've had my locks and how much they've grown in that time period. I'm also going to be putting in like reference photos, maybe some videos, so you can see exactly what my hair looked like without having to go back on my channel to see the videos. But of course, you're more than welcome to do that. I'll put in the cards up here so that you can watch my entire journey. I've documented everything from the install. I did an update every month up to 1 year. So you'll have tons of information about starting locks on short hair. Number 1, your hair is going to stick up when it's not wet or it hasn't been laid down. And I'm not gonna lie, this was something that annoyed me in the very beginning. Because my hair was so short, I had to spray it often so that I could kind of mold it and shape it how I wanted it to fall. So keep that in mind if you're starting on short hair. You are gonna wanna have a spray bottle handy so that you can just quickly spray it, lay it down, and you're good to go. The good thing about locks though is that it is a lot more low maintenance than a loose natural hair journey. Even with that length of hair, by far, 2 to 3 inches of locks is less maintenance than 2 to 3 inches of loose natural hair. So if you're looking for a lifestyle change or something to match your lifestyle and you don't want to spend as much time or thought on styling your hair, this is a good option. And don't let your length discourage you from getting locks. You can get them installed on super short hair. Number 2. Slippage is going to be frustrating. Because the hair is so short, it's really easy for the locks to slip out. In case you don't know what slippage means, slippage starts from the root. Slippage is going to start from here, and it's going to slip down and loosen until it comes out. Unraveling starts from the bottom and goes up. But the thing with starting locks on short hair is that there's not much length. So if it slips out an inch, that's pretty much the entire length of your lock. So keep that in mind. You're going to have to deal with slippage. Number 3, reties will be more tedious, especially if you're doing this yourself. If you're going to a loctician, they're going to deal with it and they probably have experience with retightening locks that length. But if you're DIYing it, it's going to be more tedious. I have videos on my channel of retying my hair when it was really short. If you're interested in that, you can check that out. So the thing is, you have to get into a rhythm. Once you hit this part of your head, you'll get into a rhythm until the front. Then you have to tackle all that slippage. For me though, at the beginning of my locks journey, the back section was actually the most frustrating and it took the most time. It was the most time consuming to complete because everything pretty much slipped out. The texture is softer here as well. So literally everything pretty much it's like I was starting from the beginning again. So it took a while for me to get past like those bottom 2 rows. But once I did that, this part was a breeze. Then you hit the front. You have to get out your mirror, make sure everything is neat, and deal with the slippage at the front. So if you plan on doing your own reties, make sure you have your duckbill clips to section things away. Make sure that you're taking your time using a mirror, using a rat tail comb to get the parts neat again. It is more than possible. I've done it. You could definitely do it too. It's just going to take a little bit of extra patience. The thing with retightening on shorter hair is that you have less hair to pull through. So once you get into a rhythm, it really doesn't take a long time to do the rotation. The issue is the hair slipping off of the tool and dealing with slippage. Number 4, you will see growth very quickly. The beautiful thing about starting your locks on super short hair is that once it grows an inch, it's gonna actually make a huge difference. If you start on longer hair, that inch would be less noticeable, but with short hair, it makes a huge difference. So documenting your journey, especially when you're starting on short hair, is gonna be a great way to encourage yourself and to remind yourself that your hair is growing and progress is being made. Number 5, the shrinkage won't be as noticeable when you're starting locks on short hair versus with long hair. I've seen some women who start their lock journeys, whether it's sister locks or Microlocs, and their hair is quite long, but after a while during that locking stage where things just shrink, you really see the difference when it's longer. But when my hair was super short, the shrinkage honestly wasn't as noticeable. You can go back on my channel to see what I'm talking about. But now that my hair is longer, I notice the shrinkage more. But also, my locks are fully mature now. The shrinkage is slightly less severe than it would have been if I started my locks at this length. Number 6, styling is more limited. So unless you are a lock styling queen, a guru, which I'm not, then you probably won't be too stumped on how to style really short locks. But when my locks were 2 to 3 inches, I was pretty much doing nothing with my hair. I couldn't twist it, I couldn't braid it, I couldn't put in perm rods, I couldn't do any of those things. So the most I would do would be like a side part, like a shallow side part, and then maybe a clip or like a bobby pin with the design on it to put it back. But that was pretty much the extent of what I was doing with my hair. And for me personally, I loved that. I didn't have to worry about styling it. Obviously, as you get a couple months in, you get the itch to do a braid out and a twist out, but I have my whole lock journey to do that. So it depends on how you look at it. If you're not the type of person to style your hair anyway, then it doesn't matter because you really don't have that option. But if you love to style your locks, you're gonna have to wait a little bit, unless, like I said, you're just a whiz with hair and with locks that are short in length. Number 7, wash day is a breeze. Like, wash day when my hair was 2 to 3 inches long was quick, easy. I was in, I was out, and I didn't have to spend a lot of time in the shower cleaning my hair. It was so nice, and I actually miss that because now that my hair is getting a bit longer, it takes longer for my hair to get fully wet. It takes longer for me to thoroughly shampoo, all of those things. The only thing that you have to make sure that you do, whether you have long starter locks or short starter locks, is to braid and band or bunch and band. This is really gonna help in not fully preventing slippage, but definitely reducing slippage. I highly recommend bunching and banding or braiding and banding. Since my locks were started on short hair, I didn't braid it. I just gathered it and put an elastic in my hair, and that was it. And by the 9th month, not only was I over it, but I do feel like I was at a point in my lock journey where I didn't need to bunch and band anymore, and the slippage was already reducing a lot. So by 9 months, I was no longer bunching and banding. Again, that's gonna be different depending on, your hair texture and all those things. Number 8, you will be forced to be confident. When you have locks, you have starter locks, and you have short hair, it's almost like forcing you to embrace yourself because there's no fluff, there's no length, there's not really much thickness because starter locks are always skinny and then they puff up and they fluff up and they get more density to them. But in the beginning, even if you have super dense hair, it's not going to show that until you get a little bit further in your lock journey. But this transition to going from short hair to short locks, it might be difficult. The thing to remember is that this is just a phase. And once you get past it, you have length to look forward to, you have density to look forward to, and all those great things that draw people into a lock journey to begin with. So don't let that discourage you. Once you learn to embrace it, you will be fine. You're just going to appreciate the rest of your loc journey that much more. Those are all the things you need to know about getting locked with short hair. I hope that you learned something from this video. I hope that you enjoyed it. And if you've been thinking about it for months and months and months, but you're waiting for your hair to grow, if you have at least 2-3 inches, you're going to be able to start your loc journey. If you can think of anything else of things that women should know when they're starting locs on short hair, make sure to comment it down below, because I may have missed something, or maybe something that I personally didn't take from that experience that you have if you started locs on short hair. So let's encourage each other and give each other some tips and insights into starting locs on short hair. Make sure to comment it down below, and I'll see you in my next one.